Good evening, guys. This is your Josh, and we're back with another topic. Now, for tonight's topic, I want to talk about social climbing, especially for the younger generations, because as I haven't mentioned, I have a younger sister and a younger brother, and I actually have been talking to them this past few days, and my sister specifically somehow she opened up to me what is there with social climbing, like why do her friends do it, and I just simply returned the question to her, like, why do you think they do it? What would be the motives that you see that triggers them to do it? Now, one of the things that she told me was that her friends somehow do that because they want to belong. Now, I asked her if in her current friend group, does she have somebody or does she have a friend who is a social climber? And she actually answered me, there are a lot. Now, I was trying to think, like, why, like, actually, why do these younger generations um do this more often compared to the generations ahead of them? So one of the biggest reasons that I have found out is that social media somehow enforces this kind of attitude. Like, most especially, you will really find a lot of posts. Like, for example, when a new iPhone comes out, there are a lot of posts that would be raining down on social media, which could, trigger some, uh, attitudes that is connected to social climbing. Because as I think we could all agree that owning an iPhone or owning something that's really expensive, and especially if that expensive object or expensive property is somewhat famous in the world, it would become a social statement. Most especially here in the Philippines, like, it's somewhat famous when you hear people like talk about, like, hey, he or she owns an iPhone. It would somehow automatically mean that that person has money, or like he or she is above like a certain group of people, because owning an iPhone is like expensive and the maintenance of that phone is expensive. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons. And the second one is that people nowadays, not just the younger generations, like people nowadays are somehow hard to fill in that content within themselves. Like, everybody wants more. Everybody wants uh, like something that's not really realistically inclined. Like, for example, as I've talked in my previous podcast, wherein I was talking about easy money in easy life. That's not really true, but a lot of people want that. I think that's one of the things that really enforces this social climbing attitude, because if you really want to fit in, if you want to belong, if you want to be uh, in the trend, you don't really have to, like, somehow grab the the things that those people has, even though it's gonna be like very hard for you. It's even though it's gonna put you in a position wherein it's not gonna be really good. You don't actually have to do that. You don't really have to actually own an iPhone to belong in a group of friends who has iPhones. It's not like that, because no matter how much you match what they have, it's not 100% guarantee that you will be like accepted into that group. It's not like owning something or having something of what they have It's not actually a security that they're gonna accept you, that you're gonna be included. Because let's not forget that attitude is still the first factor that would spell out if a group of people, or not just a group of people, it's like anywhere, all right? Attitude is still the number one factor wherein it would spell your your place. Okay? Because if you own an iPhone and you're really stingy, you won't be accepted into any group, I tell you. The best result for that is you're gonna have to create your own group wherein they would be okay adjusting to you every now and then. And let's just face reality, that's not gonna happen, because at the end, people will get tired of you and they will leave your circle. So always remember that, social climbing is really not good. I mean, if you disagree with me, I would really love to hear your opinions about it. But yeah, it's not good, and it doesn't really get you anywhere. So you're just basically lying to yourself. And since when did lying become a good attitude or a good thing to do? It's never gonna happen. So yeah, that's all for tonight's podcast. The thought just came into my mind, and which is why I'm doing this right now. So yeah, I'm gonna see you on the next podcast. I'm gonna go to sleep. Peace out.